Triple G. Brace yourself for the things you'll see. From comic books to toys and more. And all cartoons that we adore. Pop culture, flicks and geeky stuff. We love it all and can't get enough. So settle in and enjoy the show. Please hit like and subscribe before you go.
How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, you ginger Geordie geek. How you doing, Efren? Are you well, mate?
Doing well. Just, hanging out here, waiting for this. We do this show every month. It's the one show that I look forward to doing with you, of all the shows that we do.
Yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun. I started laughing there because we're getting grief in the chat already for being late. Bloody hell. Anyway, let's see who we've got before we move on. I've just foolishly, Efren, and I'm just going to share, I've had a burrito for my dinner, and I've just rubbed my eyes and realised I've had hot sauce or chili or something on my finger, and my eyes are now burning. So if I can't read and my eyes start bleeding, you know what that's all about.
Let me know. I'll take over for a couple minutes.
Marvellous. Yeah. We've got Terry. Nice to see you, Terry. Good evening. Go on. Help me spend more money. Brassic lint this week. Too many variants. Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. There's lots of good books out there. Terry's just put a new video out. Superman. I haven't watched it yet, Terry. Is it Superman or Supergirl? I think I saw. Please do go check that out. We've got Fuzzy of the Dunlop, 10 hurt, present and correct. Always good to see you, Fuzzy. Hope you're well. We've got Wayne Deacon. Nice to see you, Wayne. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, good night. Just bloody shut up, Wayne, and say a normal hello. Absolutely. Again, another big shout out. Mentioned it on a show the other night, but Wayne sent me a lovely AOK the other day. Really appreciate that, Wayne. Love these in particular. So thank you so much for that, bud. 90% of my image books didn't get delivered this week. That's shocking, Fuzzy. Absolutely shocking. Particularly when you're excitedly waiting for them as well. We've got Shelley. Don't you start, Shelley. Don't you start. Wayne, give him a grief. 2 minutes late. No respect. Oh, it's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. It's because Efren was combing his hair. I'm going to blame Efren. Efren had to get him. Yeah, Efren had to get himself beautiful ready for the show. We've got Sean, panels and a half pint. Nice to see you, Sean. Hope you're doing well. And we've got Jack. No need to cry this early. The tears are streaming, Jack. Absolutely streaming. Superman Volume 2 is Terry's latest video. Go check that out, guys. He always does some great videos. Shelley is saying, evening, chaps. Nice to see you, Fuzzy. Did you see the DC news yesterday? Ooh. No,
yeah,
I didn't, Fuzzy.
I heard about that.
What's that then, Efren?
He talks about it right afterwards. It says in the next post he tells about it right there.
Ah, right. Yeah. Two separate companies. From now on, DC Comics will be under the management of DC Studios, where before they were a totally separate business. Interesting. See what happens with that then. Terry, I remember that nearly. They have a 10-year plan, which is more movie focused. Everything's riding on Superman, isn't it, Fuzzy? I mean, I know he announced today, didn't he, James Gunn, that they're working on the Wonder Woman movie. They're working that up. Didn't say who's going to be in it, so I'm assuming it's not going to be good old Gal Gadot. Yeah, so, yeah, be interesting. So when the comics are crap, shit, blame James Gunn. Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of comics, nice little segue there, Mr. Dunn of the Lop. We're here to talk comics today. Some cracking books coming out. We are talking about books that are coming out in August. And there's some stonkers, some absolute stonkers. As usual, me and Efren have both picked a load of books. We're going to alternate them. We've doubled up on a few, so either will talk about those. There's a lot to get through tonight, guys. There's some really interesting books. We're going to start off with a bit of Star Wars. Efren, this is your pick, mate.
Oh gosh, I just picked. I usually don't pick Star Wars at all, and I know they're rebooting it again to Star Wars. This is issue number 4. I just like these covers that have like Leia, the way we remember her, and Luke Skywalker. I'm not sure who the character on the right is, and you see stormtroopers in the forefront. This is my type of Star Wars book. If I read any Star Wars books, it's these. I know they're trying to, shy away from them in the movies because, they're not around anymore. But in the comic books, they're still front and center. Yeah. This is Star Wars number 4, cover A, written by Alex Segura. It says Leia Organa in the clutches of the Xantrax stormtroopers. An assassin unmasked, and it's not what you expect. the Millennium Falcon cornered and a message from the Clone Wars era. That's what I liked. Send shockwaves in the present. That title and reading this brief, story, what it's about, I go, oh wow, that looks interesting to me. So I'm definitely going to be reading this.
I do like those covers. I do like the it's like a painted covers, isn't it? And that's
Yes.
my favourite version of Luke. So yeah, very very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, this has got us excited. I think we both picked this one. Everyone, this is Punisher Red Band,
Yeah.
number 1. I'm excited. Loads of hoo-ha about Punisher a few years back. He did that mini-series, which was absolutely cracking. And then at the end of it, he kind of shuffled off the mortal coil. And everybody was kicking off, weren't they? They were saying, oh, they've killed Punisher because of this link with the skull emblem and is it the Proud Boys, I want to say, in America?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure.
So there was a whole hoo-ha about that, about them retiring the brand and all that kind of stuff. That's not how I read the story. The end of the Punisher book didn't end with kind of the door being closed. And obviously now we know it's not. He's back in a new series, Frank Castle, with the skull logo quite clearly on display there. It says he's back with no memories, so he's got no memories of his past.
Wow.
A full clip and a thirst for vengeance. This is just going to be a restart, isn't it? I think this is a good restart to the Punisher tale. It's from the creative team behind Helverine, which is actually a really cool book. I've been enjoying that one. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Are you pleased to see Punisher back?
Oh yeah, I knew he was going to come back because they didn't kill him off. He was in a different realm or plane of existence, and they couldn't leave him in peace. They had to bring him back. I don't know what's going to happen with the Punisher that's out there right now. There's more than one Daredevil. Maybe they'll still keep that other Punisher. He didn't make that big of a splash though.
Yeah, I lost track with him. So I read the first mini-series, but then I haven't read anything with him in since. Was that by Dave Paposi? I think it was.
I think so, but he was in the Elektra miniseries too. He was going up against her, and but that was only a couple months ago. So who knows what they're going to do with that character?
Yeah, I'm excited to see the original back. Like you say, no memory of his past. So I think this will be a great jumping on point, new start, fresh start for the Punisher. Fuzzy's just saying about the Star Wars covers, they never do anything for us, even the ones by Rodney Barnes that were just a bit dull. Terry is saying the Red Band's such a scam. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But if there's any book, Terry, that should be bloody and gory, it's the Punisher. So it might be different on this one. We'll see. Yeah. But I agree with you, Terry. Marvel Comics, a lot of them are quite graphic. So I don't know why they think they need to do this additional $1 out of you or whatever for very little. We've got Andy in the chat. Nice to see you, Andy. It's Andy's birthday today.
All right. Happy birthday.
Yeah, he's turned 60, so nice to see that, Andy. And well done, mate. Nice to see you. We've got Luke. Nice to see you, Luke. Good evening, everybody. And we've got Kenneth. Always good to see you, Kenneth. Hope you're well, my friend. Fuzzy, John Bernthal is writing the new Punisher project for Disney, and he said he's writing it as an ode to the Pride Boys and the American cops who've adopted the idea of Frank Castle. That's interesting, Fuzzy. I thought the whole link with the Proud Boys or whatever was kind of a shunned thing. I thought Marvel didn't like that.
I don't know about that. Not that I don't believe you, Fuzzy, but I'll see it. I just don't think Disney would even allow that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so. Interesting. We've got Adele. Nice to see you, Adele. Hi, everyone. Have you seen the popcorn bucket shaped like Galactus's head? Yeah, mate. I've seen the price as well. It's like $80, I think.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Yeah, light up eyes and everything. I have to say, for $80, I'm not paying that. I don't think for a popcorn bucket. That's a bit out of my range in terms of what I would. Whom I can. I'm just not going to get that one. I don't think. Nice to see the Punisher return. Anton saying, Fuzzy, Blood Hunt had 2 altered pages. Yeah, I remember, because wasn't there something, Fuzzy, about, was it Doctor Strange? He's got gutted in one and head chopped off in another or something like that. Yeah. We've got Super Sorrel. Nice to see you, Super Sorrel. Sorrel's pumping out loads of content at the moment, guys. He's going to go live every day for 30 odd days, so please do check all that out. It's crazy. Anton saying, and wishing a happy birthday to Andy. We've got Joshy Boy Toys. Nice to see you, Joshy. Hope you're doing well. And Fuzzy saying he said in an interview you'll have a slide about it soon, Efren. Yeah, Efren's next Saturday or Sunday show there'll be a slide.
And I'll apologize to you,
Yeah,
Fuzzy, when
yeah.
I do.
Breaking news. Breaking news. More Star Wars from you, Efren. Dr. Aphra.
Yeah, I just went on a little Star Wars binge this time around. I've always have enjoyed Dr. Aphra character. I can't wait till she makes it out on the big screen or small screen. This is Star Wars Dr. Aphra, Chaos of Agent number 3. The Doctor and the Smuggler meet again. The Dagger Agency teams up Dr. Aphra with a rebel hero and former smuggler Han Solo for a life or death mission. I think that's pretty cool when characters meet up, from the Star Wars universe, especially characters from Dr. Aphra as part of it. And it looks like Han Solo's going to be helping her out. I think it's the first time they've ever been together in a comic book series, as far as I know. And another Star Wars book that I'm just going to enjoy reading.
Yeah. I've not read a lot of Star Wars, I have to be honest.
Yeah.
Dr. Aphra, has she appeared in any of the Rebels or the Clone Wars or anything like that?
No, she has appeared, guest hosted or guest appeared with some other Star Wars characters. With Luke, she has.
But only in the comics. She's never
Only in the comics, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. We both picked this again. This is a little series I've been really enjoying. This is Red Hulk number 7. It's part of the One World Under Doom kind of banner, which, to be quite frank, has been a bit of a wet fart. I'm not particularly getting into it at all, apart from this book. I've really enjoyed this particular book. So started off with the Red Hulk being a captive of Doom, along with a whole host of other Marvel characters, and Doom was using them as like a think tank. So they were using like Ross's military tactics and things like that to plan bombings and things. They've escaped from that. The last issue I've read, they've just dropped a nuke on Red Hulk to try and repower him. So yeah, it's a great little series. You've got Deathlock, who I really enjoy. You've got Machine Man in it. I'm really warming to Thunderbolt Ross as the Red Hulk. So yeah, I think this is a cracking little series to read. Are you enjoying this one, Efren?
I'm enjoying it from the beginning. Yeah, I really like the way they're going with this character. Yeah.
It's a good one. I recommend people pick this one up. It is good fun. Efren, bit of Thing.
Oh, Thing is one of my favorite characters. I've always been, these street level heroes, so to speak, and Thing from Yangtze Street Gang and all that. So this is an ongoing, probably a limited series or miniseries. It's written by Tony Fleece, who did Stray Dogs. The second stringers have fallen, and now it's time for Ben Grimm to hit harder than he's ever punched anyone. Can he stop the unstoppable juggernaut while protecting an innocent child? And who is watching the battle from the shadows? This is, to me, it's a good old-fashioned Thing story, with Fantastic Four. I just like when he just, all the odds, nobody ever thinks, that the Thing is the strongest that there is, but it's his heart that makes him powerful. I mean, his beliefs in themselves. I've always been a big fan of Thing from Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I mean, I love the first issue. It's a great series. I'm enjoying the first books. Tony Fleece, is anybody, I think I might have asked this the last time, but anybody in the chat still reading Feral?
I am.
Are you still reading it? Is it still
reading it, yes.
Is it any good? Because
I've enjoyed it. I know some people have not. As long as you enjoy a story, and these cats are going up against rabid animals in the forest are trying to get back home, and little by little some of them are turning. But yeah, it's been fascinating to me. Reminds me a little bit of Stray Dogs, because they're just going up against impossible odds.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it. I mean, is it the best book ever? No, but to me, it's been entertaining.
Yeah. Anton is just saying it's an interesting book that'll get sold out of my local comic shop. And he's also saying, nice to see this, the Machine Man and Deathlock. Yeah, it's nice to see both of them characters in a book again. I love a bit of Machine Man in particular, actually. We both went for this, but again, Fuzzy's just saying, sorry, the cat book is so disappointing. I gave up, Fuzzy. I lost kind of will with it halfway through, I think. This is Thor number 1. This is The Legend Begins. So Thor's basically been bumped off again in his own title recently, but he's back with a new issue, number 1. This has happened lots of times before. So the tale of Ragnarok, the death of the gods, is a recurring thing in Marvel Comics, where they're dying and they're reborn. So I'm presuming that's what they're doing with this tale. It's, again, another jumping on point. Is it a cash grab? Absolutely. It's, hoping to get people with another issue on, I guess. But I'm loving that cover. I'm really, really loving that cover. Al Ewing's work on Thor hasn't blown us away. I know some people really, really enjoy it. but I will give this a go. I'll give the first issue a go at the very least. What about you, Efren?
I don't quite understand this. I'm reading it. I'm going to read it, but it says Asgard isn't real and never was. So is this in the Marvel 616 universe?
I presume so. I presume it's linked. I haven't read much of the last few issues. I'm presuming it's just going to be a new starting point. In the past, when they've done this, and there's been Ragnarok, everybody's forgotten about the existence of the gods, and the gods. There was a series called The Lost Gods, where basically all of the kind of the denizens of Asgard were living on Earth, but didn't know who they were, didn't know what their backgrounds were, and Thor had to go around and kind of reignite them, as it were.
It almost seems like this story is going to take place in the past. This looks, I don't know. We'll see, but it's got my curiosity, and I love Joe Quesada's artwork.
Yeah,
so,
me too. Me
Yep.
too. I think that's a cracking cover.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll get that. Ultimate Hawkeye.
I had my doubts about picking this because I'm a big fan of Clint Barton, the original Hawkeye, and I've seen this character. This may be my in the future. Maybe no, I'm not. Forget this book. I'm not going to read it. But for now, I did pick this one. This is Ultimate Hawkeye #1. Stars in their own solo adventure, spinning out of the Ultimates. Breakout hit character Hawkeye goes on a covert solo op that will have a massive impact on the future of the Ultimate Universe. Like I said, I have my trepidations, but I'm a big fan of the original Hawkeye, so I'm going to give this a chance. Hopefully it's a good storyline. I don't know much about the character. I have read a little bit about him in previous books, like the Ultimates, but I just want to see what this character is all about, and that's why I picked it.
So I read the first few issues of this character being introduced in the Ultimates and really enjoyed them. So yeah, it was quite an interesting story. So this could be quite good. So I'll probably pick this up and give it a go.
Keeping my fingers crossed.
Yeah. I've gone for this, and I know you went for this as well. One of my fondest memories of the X books, when I think they were at the best, was during the Age of Apocalypse kind of saga. And they're going back to it. So we've got X-Men of Apocalypse issue Alpha by Jeff Loeb again. And it's basically kind of going back into that original X universe, which I'm very excited for. The X-Men of Apocalypse crash into the Marvel main universe, a dystopian future created when Charles Xavier is killed. Age of Apocalypse is home to a war-torn group of X-Men led by Magneto. In order to free their Earth from Apocalypse's cruel reign, they were willing to sacrifice their very existence, or so they thought. So bringing them back to the MCU, I'm excited for this. I loved this line of books. To be interesting to see them come back into the mainstream Marvel universe, I think.
I am looking forward to this also. I love Age of Apocalypse when it first came out. What a great idea that was. I hated for it to end. I just love the way what they did with these characters. And seeing what they're going to be doing in the regular Marvel universe, I'm definitely going to read this book.
Yeah. It was such an impactful series back in the day as well, wasn't it? It was just, great fun. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Efren.
You know me, Black Cat. I'm waiting for the J. Scott Campbell cover to come out on this. Another Black Cat #1. Super thief, superhero. Felicia Hardy is the Black Cat, the world's slyest and most skilled super thief. She loves a good score. The longer the odds, the better. But her entire world turned upside down after the Amazing Spider-Man's battle with Hellgate. So Felicia's turning over a new leaf as New York's newest superhero. Just another reboot of the Black Cat, and I like that they don't make these series that long. They usually end probably within a year or so. So I'm getting this one for sure. And I do like that costume, the way she's set up there. I'm not sure that's going to be, I'm assuming this is a variant. She's not going to be dressed as Spider-Man, but I'm definitely going to read this. I'm a big fan of Black Cat, and I love J. Scott Campbell's drawings of this character.
Yeah, interesting.
This is not a J. Scott Campbell drawn one. This is by Eric Chu, by the way. So
cool. I've gone for this. We talked about these last month. These are Bring on the Bad Guys. Continuing on into August. I just saw that cover and loved it. This is the Red Skull issue. I think that's an incredible cover. I really like that. Yeah. I love that as a Virgin cover. Get rid of or put the text at the top. It feels strange that it's just kind of slap bang in the center, It spoils the image a bit. But this is a story of Red Skull's ruthless past from the dark days of World War II and what horrible future awaits Captain America as a result. I'm looking forward to, obviously I haven't seen any of these books yet, these Bring on the Bad Guys line. So I'm looking forward to getting into this and seeing what it's all about. It's focusing on some really interesting characters. We've not picked them to show on this month, but also in this month's version of the Bring on the Bad Guys, there's also a Mephisto book, which looks quite interesting. So yeah, looking forward to this one. I just love that image. I think it's stunning, absolutely stunning.
I agree with you. Get rid of that print in the middle.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's strange why they've stuck it there, like dead centre. I mean, Fuzzy's normally a one to tell about trade dresses and things like that. Fuzzy, I'm interested to know what you think of that one. It seems bonkers to me. We've got 20 odd people watching. Thank you very much, everybody. Please do make sure you like and subscribe and hit that thumbs up on both channels. Make sure you're following Efren and subscribing to him as well, please. Efren, I'm hearing good things about this book.
I have enjoyed this book from the very beginning. I've mentioned that they're going to do one with the other Robin. What's his name? Todd?
Jason Todd.
Jason Todd. They're going to do one of him too. But anyway, this is Batman and Robin Year 1. This is a 12-issue series, and it basically is the first year that Batman took Robin under his wing. We always know Robin now is Nightwing. You know, it is like such a heart and soul of the DC universe, but he was a kid in this one, and he acts like a kid. That's what I really like about it. Yeah. And this is gonna be ending pretty soon. It says Wade and Sam Nee's epic exploration of the dynamic duel's earliest adventures nears its epic finale. Batman and Robin have their backs against the wall as Project Gemini goes into full effect. Can the dynamic duel figure out the general's plan, or will Gotham be lost to them forever? It's just a really good, enjoyable read. And that's what I look for when I read comic books. It's just stories from their first year that, you know, obviously brand new stories, but it shows how they became Batman and Robin. Yeah. So, I mean, I highly recommend reading this.
Yeah, looks very cool. Very cool. And I love Mark Waid's writing. One of my favorite writers, to be honest. So, yeah. Fuzzy's just saying this has been solid since the start. The Jason Todd one started well, but it's only 3 issues. All right.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this looks really cool. I'll probably pick this up in trade paperback, I think, because it's only 10, 12 issues, isn't it? 12 issues. Yeah, I'll get this in book. We both went for this one as well. I'll never read that. But this is Escape from Image Comics. Sounds really interesting. It's a war story, but again, in the kind of the keeping of some of the other books that we've been reading and talking about, like Beneath the Trees. It's an, how do you say it? Anamorphic? Basically, the characters are dogs and cats and things like that. It looks really, really interesting. I'm loving the cover. I think the cover just looks phenomenal. Series premiere, Shot Down, Hunted, Out of Time. The war epic from I mean, I love Rick Remender as well. His writing's amazing. Also the Deadly Class and Ultimate Uncanny X-Force and Powerhouse, Daniel Acuna, Captain America, blah, blah, blah. Comes a savage, full-throttle wartime thriller where survivalist given, it's taken. Where survival isn't given, it's taken. Yeah, anyway. Sounds really interesting. Covers look amazing. It's, just a class-looking book. And I can't say that for the
anthropomorphic.
That's the one. Anthropomorphic animals at war. Beautiful. Looks stunning. You looking forward to this one, Efren?
Oh, heck yeah. You know, as much as, you know, I like to reminisce about the good old days of reading comic books, if you really think about it, what writers are doing now with indie books and even, you know, these reinventions of Marvel and DC books, I'd rather read stories now than, you know, the ones in years gone by. It just sounds a lot more interesting the way they're doing stories now.
We've talked about this before. Sometimes when you go back and read the classics, they're not that good anymore. They don't stand up. So it is nice that we're getting new stuff. So yeah, I think this looks cool.
Yep.
This is yours, Efren.
Here we go. Batman, Superman, World's Finest is already into issue number 42. Yeah, I can't believe they've had a recent crossover with the Justice League in the present time. I haven't read it yet, but they're having a crossover event. This is Batman and Superman, World's Finest number 42, written by Mark Waid. Escape from Bizarro World continues. Superman, Batman, and Robin, tracing a mysterious plague that is sweeping the planet, have found patient zero. The only cure for Bizarros is to eradicate him. So how will the world's finest trio save an entire race without murdering a sentient being? So it's been a good story from the beginning. I really have enjoyed it. As much as we always say the writing, is what counts in a storyline, but the artwork for this story. I mean, I think that Robin and Batman one are the same artist. I really enjoyed it. So I did give this another one a thumbs up. Very enjoyable read.
So I got the trade paperback for this when they did the crossover with Kingdom Come.
Oh, okay, that was good.
I've still not managed to read it, but it's sat on my shelf waiting to be read. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into that.
Yeah.
I spotted this one. I live in hope, Ephraim. I live in hope. I've not had a decent He-Man Master of the Universe comic book for a long time. They keep promising us big things, and then the first few issues are just crap. So this is another Dark Horse Masters of the Universe mini-series. This is The Sword of Flaws by Tim Seeley. Now, I quite like Tim Seeley's work normally. So I'm hopeful this is going to reignite my passion for He-Man comic books. A legion of heroic warriors protects the magical realm known as Eternia. They're led by Teela, captain of the Royal Guard, man-at-arms, weapon master, and combat instructor, and the powerful and heroic He-Man. These heroes are known as the Masters of the Universe. So, it's going to be another tale. Just God, I hope it's decent. I just hope it's better than the last few have been. Terry saying the Superman Batman, the crossovers have been fun. Introduce some of the old 60s characters you never expected to see. And Sorrel saying the Sword of Flaws. Geez, that name, lol, I'm not holding hope. Exactly, Sorrel. They've all been a letdown, sadly, for the last few for me, I'm afraid.
Well, it's only 4 issues. So.
Yeah, they're always little mini series, Ephraim, and they never seem to have much impact, to be fair. Now you've picked, well, we both picked this, but Hyde Street. What are you thinking of Hyde Street?
I have been enjoying Hyde Street from the very beginning. If anybody has seen our videos, scary movies just they scare me, to put it bluntly. I just do it with trepidation. But reading scary comic book stories, to me, is just different for some reason. Maybe obviously because of the artwork, but I have been enjoying Hyde Street. This is issue number 9. They're bringing in more and more characters. And this one, it says, Dr. Victor Frankenstein has nothing on Hyde Street's own Dr. Archibald's ego, a disgraced plastic surgeon whose malpractice scars more than flesh. It cuts into souls. Dragged into Hyde Street in 1997, Dr. Ego now encounters an old patient lured back by unfinished business and a thirst for revenge. But when the scalpel turns, who becomes the real monster? This has been an ongoing series. It's part of I forgot what's the name of that, Ghost
Machine
storylines, and it's really enjoyable. If you're into horror or scariness, I highly recommend Hyde Street.
I'm loving this one. I agree with Fuzzy. Fuzzy saying this is the best Ghost Machine book, and it's overtaken Geiger. I would agree, Fuzzy. I particularly enjoy horror-based comics. This is probably the best one out there at the moment, I think. Each issue is like an episode of The Twilight Zone almost, and it's always quite interesting and fun. I always take away something from it, so yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this one. Sorrel, you guys recommended High Street. Not picked this up yet, but I've been tempted. Wait until it's out in trade paperback, Sorrel, and grab yourself a soft copy, because it really is well worth a read. There's some great little tales in it. Lewis is saying love Hyde Street. Yeah, the last couple of issues have been cracking. Really, really good. Well worth a read. Well worth a read. This is kind of interesting. This is Valiant Beyond, Bloodshot issue number 1. This is a bit of a relaunch of the Valiant universe. There's this book, and there's also Shadow Man, I want to say, out this month. Now, I never really got into the Valiant universe. Did you, Ephraim? Did you know much about Valiant?
Nope.
So I think Valiant included characters like Bloodshot. I think the Tuvok the Dinosaur Hunter, Magnus Robot Fighter, people like that I think were Valiant for a while. Bloodshot was one of the biggest titles, I guess, so much so that there was a horrendous Vin Diesel movie a couple of years back, which fell flat on its face, I think. But they're having another go. They're trying to relaunch. A new era of superhero storytelling begins. I don't think it's necessarily linked to the previous iterations of these characters. I'll probably give it a go just to see what it's like, just out of interest more than anything. Plus, he's given it a left turn. He's not keen. So yeah, I'll give it a go and see what it's like. But I'm not expecting big things, I have to be honest. Oh, now you've picked this, but I would have picked this one as well.
Peter, you're a bigger fan than I am of serial killers and this types of shows. You can read this one. It's fine. It's perfectly fine.
That makes me sound very strange. You're a bigger fan of serial killers. This has been a great series. I think we're up to issue 3. Don't think I've read 3 yet, but I'm certainly read issue 2. This is a tale, as we've said before, about a young lady who goes to a fashion school, and she's a serial killer basically, but she uses the bodies of her victims to make clothing. It's just been real fun. The last issue was particularly gruesome, where she kind of extracted some revenge on some people who'd been unpleasant to a friend of hers, and then she goes and bathes in the blood of our victims. Yeah. It's been fun. It's a 5-part miniseries. This is the last issue of that series. I'm hoping this is going to be the first miniseries, and I'm going to get more from this character.
That's a good point.
Because I'm enjoying it so far. I am enjoying it.
I really have been enjoying it too. And I picked it up because I know you were talking about it, and I believe Fuzzy was talking about this also. I passed right through it, but then I read it. I go, well, this is pretty good. It has been enjoyable.
And again, like a lot of books, this has got Netflix little mini series written all over it. You can make a great little series about this. Yep. Speaking of my love of serial killers, Ephraim, the trailer for the new season of Dexter came out last week. Looks amazing. If you like that kind of stuff, well worth checking out. It looks like it's going to be really interesting.
Never seen the series. Never. I heard it was really good. I just haven't.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah. Fuzzy saying this could be a film like Clueless for the older generation. Yeah. Okay. So I picked this. Again, this is probably out of morbid curiosity. This might be trash. But this is a prequel to a movie called Event Horizon. You ever seen Event Horizon, Ephraim?
I've heard of it, but no, I've never seen it.
It's really weird. It's a kind of a mind-bending movie. Lawrence Fishburne's in it. A lot of good acting talent on a spaceship. And then things go awry and there's all kinds of stuff kicks off. It's one of those films where I've watched it a couple of times and I'm still not quite sure what it was about. I can't really describe what happened in it. But anyway, this is a comic which is a prequel to the movie, cult classic movie. And it just kind of jumped out at us. I've never seen them do a comic based on this. So yeah, I thought I'd give it a go, see what it's like. It says the Event Horizon was a revolutionary spaceship designed for one mission, faster than light travel with top secret and experimental gravity drive. But upon activating the device, the ship journeyed across the borders to hell itself. So yeah, looking forward to reading this. And I'm probably, Sorrel and James T might be interested in this. Probably want to go back and rewatch Event Horizon because it's a good few years since I've seen it. Be interesting to see if this book helps kind of explain the movie a little bit to us. Sean, Event Horizon is one of my favourite horror movies. Hope this comic does it justice. Absolutely. They've got high hopes for this. It's on the new IDW Dark imprint, like Beneath the Trees. Good stuff, Fuzzy. Hopefully it's going to be a decent read then. Event Horizon terrified me as a kid. I think it still does terrify me. So, TripleG Comics, since you have Avengers 1, I was wondering if you collect the whole Silver Age run. No, mate. I tend to just go for the keys, the first appearance books. Ephraim's got a bigger collection in terms of full runs than I have, but I tend to just go for the first appearance books these days. Andrew, love Event Horizon. Need a model of that ship. Yeah, that would be pretty impressive. And Shelley, Event Horizon terrorizes me now. Yeah. James, never seen Event Horizon. Need to watch it. Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch it as well.
No, I gotta watch it.
Yeah. Oh, Ephraim, I'm not sure it'll be good for you, mind. I know you're a delicate soul. I think you might. Yeah, I think Andrew's saying weird trivia about Event Horizon. There's a clip from it in an episode of Star Trek Voyager.
What?
Really? I didn't know that, Andrew.
What season? What episode? Let us know, please, Andrew.
And I have to Google that. That's really interesting. Yeah. So yeah, this could be great or it could be rubbish. So we'll see.
They're saying it's a prequel to the film, so maybe they'll answer a lot of questions. Yeah.
And then you've gone for Geiger, Ephraim. Classic.
Geiger. I've loved Geiger since it first came out. This is the second volume of Geiger. So this is Geiger number 17, and this is the fallout, both literal and personal, from Geiger's clash with Ashley Arden, who was another person who had the same power, so to speak, as Geiger, but she knew how to control them. Yeah. I haven't read what happened to them yet. Struggling to control his unstable powers, Geiger isolates himself before he hurts anyone else, but Tarek is pursued by a mysterious and dangerous new threat, one that may hold the secret to the unknown war that turned America into a nuclear wasteland. So it's been good, but I mean, I like what Fuzzy said earlier about this. Hopefully, they're doing something more with this character. It was getting kind of same repetitive, So hopefully, it will lead to something bigger.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I mean, I'm really enjoying Geiger still. I really enjoyed the first series of Geiger, and I would always recommend people pick it up. But I absolutely agree with you and Fuzzy. It's kind of, I'd like something else to be happening now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bit samey. Sean, Event Horizon has a really big torture scene cut out of the movie because it was too gruesome. Considering the movie itself, that's saying a lot. Yeah, that's interesting as well.
Wow.
I didn't know that. It's in a random thoughts where Tuvok gifts the guy all of his Vulcan violent impulses. Interesting. We've got Von Hoot. Nice to see you, Von Hoot. Von Hoot's just put a great new video out about wrestling, so please do check that out. But his Wrestle Crate. Picked up volumes 1 single issues on Saturday. Looking forward to starting this. James, let me know what you think. I think volume 1 was tremendous. Really, really enjoyed volume 1. And the series, to be fair. Oh, Efren, I've gone for this. I think you might have wanted this one as well. Invisible Man, issue number 1. This is written by James Tynion. It's part of the the Universal Monsters universe. To say these have been lackluster is an understatement. They started so well, and I've kind of lost a bit of hope, to be honest. Invisible Man is a favourite of mine. Particularly enjoy some of the remakes. Loved Hollow Man. Loved the updated Invisible Man from a few years back. Written by Tynion, so hopefully this will be decent. I just don't know. Now, Von Hoot is in the chat, and he's a horror expert. Remind us, Von Hoot, I cannot remember. I think Jack Griffin is the original Invisible Man from the first movie, isn't he? Because if it is, I'm reading this synopsis. This is just going to be a bit like Dracula. It's just a retelling of the first movie, I think. Not sure. But yeah, we'll give it a go. See what it's about. Invisible Man, I would be on board for that, and we shall begin with a reign of terror. Yeah. I'd say at least it's Tynion, but so is Dracula, and that faltered. Yep. Love Geiger, but yeah, it's sort of in a bit of a holding pattern right now. Absolutely. Don't know offhand. It's been a while. Jack Griffin rings a bell. Someone Google Jack Griffin. I'm sure that's the original Invisible Man. One of the reasons Paramount had Event Horizon edited down is because they were worried it would damage the Star Trek brand, because it was a space movie from the makers of Trek. Hey, Andrew, you're full of interesting facts. I didn't know that either. That is, and I can understand why, because it's pretty near the knuckle. So yeah, Universal Monsters Invisible Man number 1. We'll give it a go, see what it's like. Tynion does some great work, but we'll see.
Yep.
Then we've got Red. I'm reading the comments. We've got Redcoat. You picked this one, Efren.
This is part of the Ghost Machine universe, and it's Redcoat number 14. I really have enjoyed this character. He started like in the American Revolution, and he's been this character has been going through the decades or centuries, so to speak, meeting historical figures. This is a special prelude to the upcoming series First Ghost. The year is 1814. Washington, D.C. is under siege by the British Army, and the White House is engulfed in flames. Amid the chaos of war, immortal British soldier Simon Pure witnesses history burning before his eyes and comes face to face with the man responsible for lighting the match. But when Simon realizes he knows the arsonist, his mission takes a shocking turn. It's just been a good read. I really like these characters that go through decades just meeting, historical figures. And yeah, I mean, I highly recommend Redcoat. It's part of the Ghost Machine universe. So I want to see eventually how it's all going to come together. Somehow it's going to have to. I'm assuming if it's the same universe or same, part of the universe.
So I absolutely love Redcoat. It's probably one of my Hyde Street's my favourite, but it's one of my favourite. Yeah. Well, they're all very, very good. I don't normally give any advice on spec and things like that, ladies and gentlemen, but what I would say is I think Redcoat as a character has got legs. I think this could go really, really far. The time travel element, the kind of the history element, it would make a cracking series as well. So yeah, This is the one I would recommend people try to pick up the first appearance. There's actually in my giveaway box we've got his first appearance in there as well. It's a reasonable price. You can still get it at a decent price. It's a Guy 80-page giant, I think it is. So yeah, if you're into spec, I would try and get this guy's first appearance because I think it could go a long way. Andrew's just seen he's got a science fiction degree. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. If The Invisible Man is not really great series, you can always offer it as a prize for your giveaway. Absolutely, Anton, I can. Yeah. Terry is saying Red Coat is still my favourite. I'm enjoying it as well, mate. Red Coat, on the other hand, is still firing on all cylinders. Absolutely love it. Can you explain Inception to me, Andrew? Fuzzy, I don't think anybody can explain Inception. Not even. I watched a video of Christopher Nolan trying to draw out Inception and how it works, and it just boggled my mind. It's just ridiculous. The 80-page giant has loads of first appearances in it. Yeah, it's a good book to get a hold of, ladies and gents. Oh, I've gone for this. Now, I know this is issue 2, but I just need to keep shouting about this. This is Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. If you've not read the first mini-series, this is a one I absolutely recommend you pick up. It's a great, if you like your serial killers, again, it's a one with animals acting as humans. It's like Sylvanian Families meets Dexter. Tremendous series. And then we've got the sequel, Rite of Spring. Cannot wait to get into this. But the thing with these books, and I know I'm trying desperately to keep away from the whole variant cover malarkey because it just sucks us in. But the Beneath the Springs ones just get us every time. I mean, that cover there, Natural Born Killers, just absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, I'm loving the idea of this. Cannot wait. I hope it keeps, we've not read issue 1 yet. I hope it keeps up the pace from the first series. Yeah, should be fun. You're going to be reading, you've read the first one?
I read the first one. I enjoyed it. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as you, but I thought it was a good storyline. And yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to be doing with this character, and these group of characters moving forward. So it takes place years. Did they say how many? 10 years or something?
I think so, yeah. I think it's 10 years, I think they mentioned. Can't remember, yeah. Yeah, cannot wait. And from the images I've seen, I've not obviously read the first issue yet, but I think it's the story's going to be about a family member of the duck that she killed, coming back to try and find her son or something. Yeah, the colours are amazing. Anton, I know you love serial killers, so maybe this is you in another universe. Absolutely, yeah. I should get those shades. Shelley, got to pick it up. Shelley, have a Google for Beneath the Trees. Some of the covers are amazing. They've done kind of, American Psycho cover. Well, they've done everything you can imagine. Some really, really, really cool covers. Fuzzy saying it bothers me they've moved it to America. Yeah, 9 years. He's saying 9 years. It's in the 90s now. Good stuff. Geiger 6 from 2001 had a cameo of Red Coat before the 80-page giant, 180 and 181, all over again. Okay, good stuff. Star Trek.
Okay. I'm really looking forward to the Star Trek series that's coming back, Strange New Worlds. And I don't think I've ever have picked a Star Trek book so far, but I have been enjoying the Star Trek universe, the TV shows, what was the animated one called? Below Decks?
Below Decks.
Yeah. It was really good, especially towards the end, it got more serious a little bit. So this is Star Trek Strange New Worlds, The Seeds of Salvation #1. From Strange New Worlds, Season 4, writer Robbie Thompson, the Sin Bin, Marvel Silk, and Star Trek knockout artist Travis Mercer, comes a Lovecraftian horror, the likes of which the crew of the Enterprise have never seen before. I haven't read a Star Trek book, and I don't think I ever have. Maybe the ones when there was a crossover between the X-Men and Star Trek from the 80s or 90s. But I just wanted to read this book, and I'm a big fan of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the TV show, and hopefully this is along the same line. I'm looking forward to reading this book, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Do you know what? I don't understand what's happened to me in some regards, because I've always said Star Trek is my go-to as opposed to, say, Star Wars, for example. I've not watched any of the new series. I haven't watched Discovery, and I've not watched I think I watched the first episode of Strange New Worlds, and then just not, and I don't understand why, because I should love this.
I
I
think
should be all over this.
it just reminds me of the original Star Trek series. They're starting to incorporate Scotty into it now, and Captain Kirk's in it now, but he's not the captain, obviously.
Yeah.
Captain Pike, he knows what's going to happen to him. He has a glimpse of that, and they go through, what he's going through, mentally because of that. I think it's been a really good series. I really have enjoyed it, and they did a crossover last season with Below Decks.
Yeah, I saw some images.
Yeah,
of it.
I think you'd really enjoy this. I'm surprised you haven't seen it yet.
I'll have to get on it. I will have to get on it. I've got some time off in the summer, so I'll probably try and get some watched then. Sean is just saying Strange New Worlds is a great TV series. Hoping season 3 is as good as the previous 2.
Agreed.
Anton, if nobody's told you yet, you guys are very informative, and thank you for doing these series. Oh, thank you very much, Anton. That means a lot. That does mean a lot. Thank you. Fuzzy saying you're welcome, Anton. Yeah. Let's have a look. There's a lot of talk. People are saying that Beneath the Trees is set in America. Strange New Worlds is great. You'd love it. I'll have to get on to it.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
The one with the team up with Planet of the Apes, Star Trek and Planet of the Apes is really, really good. They've done some great crossovers.
Yeah.
Terry's done a video on the crossovers, haven't you, Terry? I'm sure you've done I'm sure I've watched a video of Star Trek crossovers. So go check that out, Anton, on Terry's channel, Dead Man Comic Covers. Strange New Worlds is the best Star Trek for years. I prefer this over Discovery. So would you recommend then starting Discovery or starting Strange New Worlds? Which one's the best?
I would have to agree with Sorrel. Strange New Worlds. I would start off with that. It's just I have been enjoying. The only thing I don't like is it's only 10 episodes every season, but it's not on regular TV. It's on Paramount, but I really good. I really have enjoyed it.
Strange New Worlds has had a few mini-series. Terry's confirmed he has done a video, so check that out. And Andrew saying Lower Decks is better than Strange New Worlds. That's the animated, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Lower Decks, sorry. I said Below Decks. It's Lower Decks. Last season was really good. I was like, wow. Too bad it ended. The last season just ended. But I really have enjoyed it, especially towards the end.
I'll check it out. Now, this one jumped out at me purely from the cover. I hadn't seen this cover before, and it looked really interesting. This is Marvel All on One, and it's The Thing versus the Marvel Universe. 50-page epic told entirely in splash pages. So that could be really quite interesting. Ben Grimm, The Thing, ever-loving idol of millions and powerhouse of the Fantastic Four. He's strong, he's kind, and he never gives up. And he's also tired, and he's sore, and he's grumpy. So basically, it's Thing versus everybody. It's going to be splash pages aglow. I just think it'll be fun. I think it'll be an easy, quick, fun read. So yeah, spotted that one and thought, I'll have to give that one a go. What do you think of the cover for that one, Efren?
Oh, I love it too. I mean, I was going to pick this one, but I just didn't, But I love anything to do with Thing, like I said, street level heroes, so to speak. I'm always a big fan of. I was like Thing going up against all odds. He always seems to come out on top. So hopefully it's a good read.
Fuzzy's just saying there's a few comics coming out that are all splash pages. I hope it still retains a story, Fuzzy, because do you remember a few years ago Marvel did that thing where, was it called Nuff Said, where every issue was a silent issue? Some of them, so there was no text in the books.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Some of them worked all right, but others were like, whoa, it really did feel like a gimmick. Why do Marvel keep doing these versus everyone books? It's getting silly. Yeah, they've just done a Deadpool versus the Marvel Universe, volume 2, I think. First 2 issues weren't particularly good, so I've binned that one. But yeah, this looks interesting. And then we'll end off, I think, with a bit more Star Trek.
Yeah, since I was on a Star Trek kick, nostalgia-wise, I did the Star Trek Voyager, speaking of that, Homecoming #1. This is Captain Janeway and her crew are back for one last adventure and celebrating the Voyager's 30th anniversary. I like it because it's picking up where the series finale left off. Voyager had just returned to Earth. Everyone is looking forward to reuniting with their friends and family after the crucibles they face, but there is a deadly secret in store, one that takes the crew far from home. So I like that. It kind of reminded me of the last season of Picard, like one last get together of all these main characters. I think, and I'm really hopeful this is a good storyline too. And this artist, I think it is David Nakayama. I can tell by the artwork. Yeah. So, hopefully it's good. I like the way it's starting off just right after the series ended. So hopefully it's good.
7 of 9. Yeah.
I didn't notice she was on the cover.
Yeah. you're mentioning Picard there. I've just reminded that's the last Star Trek type thing I watched. I remember watching season 1 and enjoying it. Season 2 was dire, but then season 3 was really, really cool. Really cool. I watched Voyager for the content. Content equals 7 of 9. Yeah. Thing is, there's been 6 or more novels continuing after Voyager ended.
Oh wow, you know that. Yeah.
There's Titan doing a Doctor Who book anyway. I think they do, Anton. I'm sure there's still a Doctor Who book out there. I'm sure there's still, yeah. So yeah, very cool. Good bit of Voyager, actually. I used to like Voyager. And sorry, my last pick. This came left field. I didn't know what the hell this was. This is Immortal Legend Batman, issue number 1 by Dan Mora. It just, the cover jumped out and I thought, what on earth is that? This looks really weird. So a new sci-fi Batman epic. Humanity broke the barrier between our universe and our universe's shadow, and from the void came the horrific apparitions that craved nothing more than destruction. But from this terror, a legend was born, a warrior who found a way to access the energy that binds our universe and shadows, transform himself into a cosmic dark knight. Could be utter trash, but I'm going to give it a go just to see what it's like. I always give first issues a go just to try them out. I suspect this isn't going to do it for us, but I thought I'd give it a shot. Did you see this reference? Is interesting to you?
No, I really passed that over. I didn't even notice it. Yeah.
We'll give it a go, see what it's like. Evening, ABZ, nice to see you. Yep, give that one a go, see what it's like. So, Fuzzy's in Batman in space, dodgy. Absolutely fuzzy, agree. So, we always, as well, ladies and gents, pick a couple of books that we're not particularly interested in. This is just our opinion, so please do not think that this is us telling you what or what not to buy or anything like that. It's just books that we're not particularly going to jump on. Efren, I'm afraid you've picked one that I really like the look of.
So one more thing, I am jotting down these books. We started this last month, and Peter and I have decided to read these books, and we are going to review them, in a couple. So the first one that we picked was that I picked last month was Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe, and you picked the Swimsuit Special. So
not a lot of reading in that one, I wouldn't have thought. Yeah.
I looked at this cover and I said, nah, I'm not gonna. I just think it's just too much hijinks. I don't think there's going to be any really good storyline for this. And this is Harley Quinn versus Elvira #1. The Mistress of the Dark meets Daddy's little monster. What happens when the clown princess of crime gets bored? Shenanigans, hijinks, grievous bodily harm. The possibilities are endless. So like I said, this could be the greatest storyline ever. But when I seen this title, I said, no way. But we'll see in about 2 or 3 months. We'll see in August if this book's any good.
You see, it intrigues us, I have to say. I've not read a lot of Harley Quinn. I read the one, was it last year, where she was jumping through time or something and seeing different versions of the DC universe. I think she killed Superman by accident when he was a baby or something. And I've read a bit of the Elvira stuff. Some of her series were really interesting. The one where she saw all the Hollywood monsters and things. I like the cover for this. I'm probably going to give this a go. Well, I will give it a go now if I've got to read it. Yeah. So you've picked a book that I really, really like the look of. And I've picked a book that you like the look of. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This cover does nothing for us. In fact, it makes us quite angry. I'm just not interested in Black Cat. I don't think I ever have been. I don't know how all of these random spider characters can maintain and hold their own series. It's just not for me. Not for me, I'm afraid. But I'm going to read it now, aren't I? So I might come back and say that it's absolutely superb.
We're going to be reading these books,
Yeah, so we'll see. A few comments just before we move on to the next section. Super Sorrel, how dare you pick on my girls? Harley Quinn comics are for the mentally challenged. Wow. There is a Spears cover, though, at least. Anton, I know you guys didn't like Godzilla versus Marvel Universe, but I did. I thought it was old-fashioned fun. Yeah, each to their own, Anton. That's the absolute thing, mate. And some of them looked interesting. I haven't read the full thing, I have to be honest. I haven't read all of the series. I read the Fantastic Four one, and it didn't blow us away.
Yeah, me neither.
But yeah, I will read the others.
Yeah.
Fuzzy saying another Spider-Man book without Spider-Man. Great. Yeah, I think that's my take as well. So these are books that are coming out, I think, next week. That we've got our little beady eyes on, and Ephraim, we both picked a similar book, but I've gone for this one as well. This is Exquisite Corpses, issue number 2 by James Tynion. I've talked a lot on my channel about Exquisite Corpses #1. Really, really good read. Recommend people pick this series up. I think this is going to be a great little series. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I think this will be cool. And then we both wanted to read this one. This one makes us quite angry as well. So tell us about this one, Efren.
I have really been enjoying this, and this is Aliens versus Avengers. I like, ever since Days of Future Past, I like these alternate reality storylines of Days of Future Past, and most everybody probably knows about the X-Men, what happened to them in the future. But ever since then, I really have been enjoying these storylines. And this is when aliens actually landed on Earth and they basically decimate Earth. The X-Men are still on Krakoa in this universe, and they completely leave and they go to Mars. And all there's left is like humans and some Avengers. And then just going from the first issue, Reed Richards is dead. Sue Storm, all Fantastic Four is dead except for Valeria. She finds a way to get a cure of all this, but then she doesn't make it at the end either, and the Hulk is still in there, and Captain America. It's been a good storyline. What was the other one, Peter, that we read? Avengers Twilight, correct?
Yeah, Avengers Twilight.
I really enjoyed that storyline too, and to me, I just like stories that show what could happen. These are like what if stories, basically, but at a grander scale. And it's only 4 issues long. I think I just finished reading issue number 3, and it's just coming up really quick. This is the finale, the sinister plot revealed. That word sinister makes me think, oh yeah, Mr. Sinister. Earth's mightiest heroes abandoned their home planet to save humanity from the xenomorph threat. Now they've arrived on Mars, current refuge of the X-Men, but the twisted machinations of Mr. Sinister might spell doom for them all. So it's ending by Jonathan Hickman. And issue number 2, it was a curious what happened, because Miles Morales got a face hugger on him, and the face hugger got rejected because Miles had the symbiote with him still. And the symbiote was just stronger than this symbiote, so to speak. So I thought that was very interesting, little take on that, what happened to Miles in this story so far.
So I'm absolutely with you. When we're looking at books next week, I saw this, and this was going to be my pick, Efren. I love this series. It's been a really, really interesting story by Hickman. I think the artwork is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But it irritates us, and it's getting on my nerves. And Fuzzy's picking up why. I haven't finished this yet. Absolutely. It feels like it's been going on since the pandemic. It's 4 issues, and I swear we've been talking about this for at least a year. I'm sure issue 1, someone Google it for us. Issue 1 came out donkeys ago.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, mate. It's been a long, it feels like it's been a long, long time since issue 1 came out.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what's been going on with the delays with it, to the point where actually I completely forgot about this. So when I saw it, I got excited because I thought, oh God, I forgot all about that series. Yeah, it's a cracking run. This is a one I'll definitely be buying in a nice hardback. Only 4 issues. The artwork's stunning. It's well worth a read. Well worth a read. Couple of reviews for you, ladies and gents. Me and Efren picked 2 books that were, oh crikey, on a bike. Yep. So there we go. August last year, issue 1 came out.
Oh, really? Wow. Didn't seem like
August
that
last year. Yeah, it's crazy. Just crazy. Just crazy. Even a bad time, nice to see you, bud. Hope you're well. Fuzzy saying it's quarterly. That's crazy. Yeah, it just kills the memento of the book. We've talked about this a lot on this channel.
Before we go on, can I show this really quick comment here? But I agree. By Dr. Von Hoot.
Yeah.
Predator vs. Spider-Man is astonishing, gory, and pretty damn dark. Needless to say, I love it. I just started reading it, and I agree 100%. I really have enjoyed this series so far.
I'm absolutely the same, and I can't believe we've come to the end of issue 2, and Spider-Man and Predator haven't even seen each other yet.
Yes,
you know what I mean? But it's really entertaining. It's keeping us absolutely keeping us engaged. It's very cool.
Yep.
Couple of reviews for you, ladies and gents.
I realized that I picked the book that's coming out. So once again, this has been a great story so far. I have enjoyed it. Can't believe it's been that long since this series started. Alien versus Avengers. I just like these stories that show alternate reality, so to speak, of what happens. and it's not part of the Marvel 616 universe, so they don't have to have any continuity issues with it at all. It just shows a future where aliens land on Earth, and Earth is this, just they can't handle it, and all that's left is a few handful of Avengers, but they're very old. So it's been a really good series. I highly recommend it. It's only 4 issues long, and it's finally ending. So, yeah.
It's a tremendous series, like we've just said. The start of it is phenomenal in terms of them weaponizing the xenomorph eggs, using them as kind of bombs. So they fire eggs at planets and just leave them and let them hatch. It's great.
Crazy.
I went for Imperial issue number 1. Now, lots of positive stuff out about this book at the moment. I want to start my little micro review by saying I don't read a lot of the ongoing Marvel titles, so I am a little bit out of touch with some of the character beats, like what's happening with Black Panther and Brawn, who's Amadeus Cho, She-Hulk, all that kind of stuff. But I do like the cosmic universe of Marvel. I particularly enjoyed Nova and Quasar and things like that. This is the new Marvel event. It's written by Jonathan Hickman. Jonathan Hickman, just noticed both of these books are Jonathan Hickman books. No. Jonathan Hickman books are sometimes hitty-missy for me. Sometimes they're too intelligent for us, I have to be honest, and I don't understand what's happening. That's what this book feels like a little bit to us. It's an interesting first issue. I will read on, but it starts off by setting the scene, basically, of all of these galactic empires come together for a conference. But around that, a number of the leaders of various planets have been bumped off and killed. One of which is one of Hulk's sons. So not Scar, but another character who I'm not familiar with. But he's been killed. So Hulk, She-Hulk, and Brawn journey to space to go to the funeral, basically. They then get engaged with Nova. They ask him to explore and try and work out who the killers are. And then there's a bit of a twist at the end where the killer is kind of revealed as, I'm not going to spoil it for people who haven't read it, but a big character or a big team in the Marvel Universe. So it was interesting. It confused us to a point because I didn't know who a lot of the characters were. It didn't blow us away by any means. But Hickman's work is sometimes like that. It's more of a long-term game. So I will probably continue reading this just to see what it's all about. It's got Nova in it, Richard Rider, who's one of my favourite characters.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that if he was one of your favorite characters. I love Richard Rider. Yeah.
So I will read it for that. I wasn't blown away, but I will read on. 25 people watching. Thank you so much, everybody. Please do hit that like and subscribe. Just want to jump to the comments. Isn't that what happened in Starship Troopers, firing eggs into space to take over other planets? That was plasma balls, wasn't it, Sorrel? I don't think they fired eggs. I think they fired plasma balls and blew planets up. Which Quasar do you like? Yeah, I like Phil Vell as well, but my favourite is always Wendell. Good old Wendell Vaughn. But that's
when he was pregnant. Remember that cover?
Yeah, when he got that's because that's when I was really reading comics a lot, and Wendell came along just when I was in my real enjoyment phase of Marvel books. And I remember reading an issue where he was versus the Absorbent Man, and I just fell in love with the character. Absolutely loved him. But yeah, there's been a few different versions of Quasar, but I like Wendell. Fuzzy saying for Imperial, I've got it, but I haven't started it yet. I'm put off by the cosmic stuff. I'll get onto it though, because it costs £7.50. Gods. Yeah, give it a read, Fuzzy, and let us know what you think, because I'm worried I was just grumpy when I read it. But yeah, say it. My favourite Quasar was Bruce or Derek. I don't get it, Fuzzy. I'm going to be honest. I don't get it.
Me neither.
Don't get it, Fuzzy.
Violence on our parts.
That's my issue, not yours, Fuzzy. Explain the joke to her in the chat.
Issue.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So, a couple of classic covers for you that we've both picked because we were talking about Age of Apocalypse. We've both actually gone for Age of Apocalypse covers.
Wow, we didn't tell each other.
No.
Right?
No. Yep.
Yeah, that's the reason I picked it. We were talking about Age of Apocalypse. I loved when this series first started. I mean, they had the balls to kill off Charles Xavier. I went, dang, man. That was crazy. It's not a joke. I just don't know their names.
Just say Wendell. Just say Wendell, Fuzzy.
Yeah. I really liked this universe and these covers when they first came out.
Me too. I went for X-Men Alpha. First issue where you get to see some of these new versions of the X-Men in a chrome cover. Absolutely love a chrome cover. So yeah, just really, really nice, really sexy books. So yeah, some classic covers there. Okay, ladies and gents, going to give away some comic books. Hashtag good read in the comments. Hashtag good read. Now, I've changed something on the channel today. It's just to stop any bots getting into the competitions. I've changed it so that you've got to be a subscriber to the channel to take part, and you have to have been subscribed for at least 20 minutes. So that should hopefully eliminate lots of bots putting things into the channel. But for those of you that are watching and have been watching for a while, please do stick hashtag good read. So good read in the comments, and we'll pick out some books. Whilst we're doing that, we've got a bit of content to talk about. GeForce membership, just pleased to mention GeForce, my membership again. Hashtag GSpots will appear in the comments very soon, I'm sure. Just a little way of supporting the channel if you fancy it. We've got a new member, Ed Vic, has joined, so thank you so much for that, Ed. Really, really do appreciate you joining, mate, so thank you for that. Couple of videos over on my channel at the moment, just to mention, if you want to check them out. We've got my review of Kraven the Hunter, a film that was absolutely ripped to shreds by people. I actually thought it was all right. I don't know if you've seen that yet. Have you watched Kraven the movie?
I haven't seen it yet.
It's worth watching. It's worth watching. I didn't think it was too bad. I really didn't think it was too bad. We've got my review of top 5 Spider-Man books. So some different Spider-Man stories to go and check out. We've got my review of Exquisite Corpses #1, and there's a giveaway in there. The guys over at I've forgotten the name of them. The Comic Cartel. I can't remember the name of it. The Comic Cartel have given us some free books to send out, so please do check that out. You've got to put a hashtag in the video title, and we'll send some books. Collectors Cartel, sorry, and they'll send you some books as well. And then we've got a review of some lovely sketch covers that I've recently picked up. Efren, what's happening over on your channel?
You know, Peter, I just thought of a good series that good videos that I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start reviewing your reviews.
Oh, right. That'd be interesting.
Your reviews, like 4 of them at a time. Then I'm gonna go, you know what, Peter, I'm reviewing Triple G's reviews and see what you think. You know, I'm gonna do that once as it's fun, tongue in cheek, so to speak. I usually do up on comics, but I'm going to not be around this weekend to do it. So I'll probably do it in the following weeks or 2 weeks. But it's going to be more and more generated towards San Diego Comic-Con. I'm going to be talking about that more and more on my channel, because it's coming up in about a month and a half. And just all the, exclusives they'll be giving, I'll be, showing them on my channel, and go from there, hopefully, And if you're live on Saturday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday when I'm on Comic-Con, Peter, I'll go live like I did a few years ago with you.
Excellent. That'd be good.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Just keeping an eye on the comments, guys. Anton, no space between the hashtag and good read. So just hashtag, then good read straight away. You've had a few attempts at it, but I don't think you've managed to hit it yet.
Yeah, there's no spaces.
Chris, I'm going to start reviewing Efren's reviews of Peter's reviews. Jesus. Just to mention, tomorrow night, if you want... Oh, sorry, that's not a good slide. But tomorrow night, if you want some entertainment, geeky news, myself and Sorrel will be going live at 8 o'clock. That's over on Super Sorrel's channel. So over on Super Sorrel's channel at 8 o'clock, we'll be talking about toys, geek news, all that kind of stuff. So please do check that out tomorrow night. And Saturday night. I'm excited about this one, Efren. So this Saturday, myself, Efren, Rob Fatstacks and Jason are going to be going live at 9:30. So after Only Slabs. And we're going to be doing basically Only Slabs, but with commissioned comic book covers and original artwork. So the 4 of us are going to be showing off some of the favourite pieces in our collection. So we're going to be talking all about commission covers and all that kind of stuff. We'll also chuck in a little bit of a bit drama, and we'll talk about the recent Scamgate where people have been forging artwork. So yeah, going to be good fun. Really, really looking forward to that. Tomorrow on Sorrel's channel, he's going to react to Chris's review and Efren's reviews of Peter's reviews. God. I love Peter managing to wedge the cat's lair into every video now so he can justify it. It's part of the contract with my wife, Efren, that I've in Von Hoot, that I've got to show it because I've spent so much bloody money on a big chunk of placky. So yeah. So yeah, looking forward to that. That's going to be Saturday night, talking commission covers with some of my favourite guys. So there's going to be good fun. Good fun. Looking forward to that one. Then next Tuesday, we've got our Year in Geek 1985 we're going to be covering. Now I know, before Fuzzy comments, I know that's not the year we agreed on the last show that we were going to do, but I did look, I think it was 1969, Fuzzy, and I was struggling a little bit. So then I thought, we'll try 85 and give us a bit longer to prepare for 89. So we're doing 1985. Sorry, Fuzzy. Sorry, mate. We're doing 1985. Some absolutely cracking stuff came out in 85. And then Fuzzy, I'll do 89 next time after I've got a bit more time to try and find some interesting stuff that happened in 89. I couldn't see a lot. So yeah, you did the 50s. Shit excuse. I did. You're right. So that's next Tuesday night's show. This year in Geek. Should be fun. Okie dokie. Let's see how many people we've got in the giveaway. So let me just share my screen. Let's have a look. Anton, last chance, mate. Last chance. Try and get it in.
I think no, he keeps on putting a space. There you go.
There we go, Anton. There we go, mate. Good stuff.
You're gonna win. We have this rigged.
Connie says she's still waiting for 97. 69. Yeah, that's what I looked at. Fuzzy 69. Now it happened. Or did I? Yeah, now it happened. Nice. Anyway, we'll have a look. So here we go, everybody. Best of luck. We'll give away some comic books, and our winner. Our winner is. Oh, it's exciting. Excellent. Tula. Nice win there, Tula. Congratulations. Let's pick you some books out. Let me have a little look-see. Let's just drop that.
Well, 20 entries. That was a lot.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Oh.
I'm not going to mess around with you, Peter. I'm not going to mess around with you. This is just you and me right now. Okay, stop.
Come on. And again.
Stop. How many are we picking? 5?
5.
Okay. And stop. Stop.
And last one.
Last one, stop.
Okie dokie. So let us just get myself big on the screen. There we go. You have got a nice Psylocke cover.
Nice.
X-Men.
Nice looking cover.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm not sure who the artist does in that. Can't read. But yeah, nice Psylocke cover. This is a Comics Curing Cancer limited edition cover. So I've not read the book, so I'm not sure what it's about, but it's a limited cover. Got a certificate on the back there, which is nice. This is quite nice. I think this is the first appearance. This is Wonder Girl #1.
Okay.
With the future version of Wonder Girl. We've got a nice foily, shiny Green Arrow. I think this was a San Diego Comic Con exclusive or something. So that's a nice one. And we've got a Cosmic Ghost Rider #1.
Cool.
Love that.
Yeah.
Much. Yeah. Spot on. So, congratulations. Drop us a line either on Instagram or on my email, which is all in the channel description, and we'll get those books sent out to you straight away. Okie dokie. That's your whack. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Efren. Great fun as usual, bud. Always have fun chatting with you. And thank you so much to everybody that's been watching in the chat. I had 25, 26 people at one point, which is incredible for my little channel. So thank you for that. Really do appreciate it. But for now, that's your whack. We'll see you tomorrow night over on Super Sorrel's channel. And then Saturday night back here when we're going to be talking all things commissions. I haven't talked to Mr. Keegan for a little while. So I think we might be going live on Friday night with the Horror Channel. So keep your eyes open for that. We may be going live with the Horror Channel.
Peter, look at the message from Talia.
That's fine, Talia. Don't worry about it. I know you just won. It's fine, but we'll send some books to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. Okie dokie. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. And we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.
The curtains close, it's time to go. We really hope you enjoyed the show. Check out my channel for more geeky fun and hit like, subscribe before you run. All that remains is our thanks to you from Triple G and his YouTube crew. We really do hope you come on back, but for now, that's your whack. Yeah, that's